Welcome back to Project Red Review episode number 20. Well, with this one, we're discussing basically the 20th episode of Super Spaceship Gavan Infinity. The 20th episode was plugged because of love. Yeah, so Gavan Infinity is sent to Lamas' Earth, where he's investigating something. Of course, he finds Kao, wonders where Kiki is because he wants to investigate something. Also, Phantom Thief Fate shows up, and Kiki's completely forgot about him too. It was him. I don't think she knew him very long, so it's not surprising. But kind of she should never forgot about her at all. And my guess is somebody at Toei must have they must have not liked the ending. Someone must not like the ending of the last episode, so they want to change it here. So the big thing is it's revealed here that the various villains that has been seen throughout the course of the show. Yes, so if I can find him here. There we go. So, okay, so let me because I know they're making several villains. Like there was one they brought in. What was the lady who kept uh Kunai's sister captive? Yeah, she was arrested, and then now she's broken out. Mm-hmm. If I can get my thing here to work. I guess I do my phone here because basically this is not cooperating with me. Here we go. Nope, that's still not working. Yeah, it's even slow for some weird reason. Not sure why. I have to bring up basically the page here. Hang on. Here we go. So these following criminals break out. Carissimo, who was a villain from very early on in the show, from episode 2. Yes, he is back here in this show. First time since episode 3. Yep. That was last time he was seen in the show. Mm-hmm. There's also Raruji from Gavan Infinity, from basically Kunai's Earth. And she just put on armor again. So this is her first appearance since episode 11. Yeah. So for her, it's been 9 episodes. The other guy, it had been almost 20 episodes since he last appeared. And I was mentioned, oh yeah, Maya Circuma, the woman they just caught just last episode, has been released. Released out of observation. Like, that's interesting. I did not expect basically to bring her back here too. Wasn't really surprised because the show's about to wrap really soon. So of the three of these people here, Casero, he is from Bushido's Earth. Mm-hmm. Yes, yeah, this is Bushido's world. Mm-hmm. So he's from Bushido's world. Ryogi is from Kunai's world. Maya is from Lomas's world. And they also have this little subplot. We have Anton Hassan Warren. He's like a operations officer. And Patron and his partner do give him respect for his position, which seems like he does appreciate that. Says at ease. And of course, the right hand man couldn't bat an eye, but director, oh yeah, because the whole thing is about the guy who's in charge. He kind of works him. It's like, why are you watching the Cosmic Barrier so basically going after this negative pool? Which they have troops going after that. And also the talk about going with Gavan, which he does show up in the episode. So then Infinity basically it goes Lamas' Earth, where basically he wants Kiki to translate what this Emigir says. But then he finds out that Kiki has lost her memories of Kano and Phantom Fade, which I think that was the first time he's ever really interacted in quite a while. Yeah, Phantom Fade, he has been a fairly recurring character. His last appearance was back in episode 17. Yeah, so basically, then the Death Gav brings him to Maku space as a way to figure out how to reverse it. And then we're introduced to pretty much the main villain of the show. We're introduced to Azazorth. And I look at this creature here. It's his giant head, but the one I have in the episode, that's a piece of him. When I first saw him, I thought he was Don Hor, a reincarnation of him. Because, aside from the poofy hair, he reminds me a lot of Don Hor, because, Gavan, except that Don Hor was a freaking statue who's somehow a son. Yes, it was weird. And, of course, he comes to the idea, unleashes negative emotion of the power he uses to reverse Kiki's memories. And then he ends back up in the real world at the Maku space. How he got out of there is complete mystery. It's like, he wakes up, tells Kano, go bring Kiki. She does. It's like, oh, hi. Do you need something? And then he asks her for her hand. And then he unleashes negative emotion, which restores her memories. And somehow, and of course, the Supreme Accountant units. And they don't bring up the fact that he looks like the Supreme Chancellor. Yes, why in the world he took the form of the Supreme Chancellor is a complete mystery. Yeah. So, then of course, more negative emotion after him, and of course, the current says that he shoot him, but then of course, okay, so, kind of like, only a Gavan can fix this problem, so, and then Kiki becomes Lamas again, somehow, despite Kano already becoming Lamas at the end of last episode, and we see her transfer at the start of this episode. Yeah, somehow Kiki, despite that, so her memories are restored now, so she can become Gavan again. Somehow, it's not really explained here. And then he's purified, and then, of course, Kunai debriefs him, okay, so they have to stop searching for Gavan. Of course, he does question why the order the way it was, so he just pretend to follow it because he's a ninja. And he's like, yeah, at this point we should get rid of the Gavans. Which means, of course, they'll probably need to gather Bushido and probably the other ones to take on Death Gavan. Yes. And the episode ends with a bunch of cultists, and we also see a teacher again, who was just seen last episode. I do appreciate this episode to explain how the other two are there, because they broke out of prison, because they were definitely arrested. And they're like, she was just seen last episode. I'm guessing they included her in here because she's the enemy of Lamas. Death Gavan is the enemy of Infinity. Um, Ryoti is enemy of Kunai, and Kursema was enemy of Bushido. Strange enough, Bushido is briefly seen this episode. Yeah, he's briefly seen. So there's a bit of leap of logic. Yeah, but this was a very interesting episode. My guess is my guess is maybe it was pre-planned to have Kiki to have memory loss a bit longer. But my guess is someone's told the writers, did you know the series ending in 3 episodes replaced with Megahorn? I guess someone's told them because we had to basically just speed up this inclusion because we only have 3 more to go, and then we have to say goodbye to Spaceship Gap Infinity. So you're probably thinking, like, why is Gavan Infinity ending early? Why is it ending? Because I think it was rumored to be going about 50 episodes, but then it was changed to 23. So the rumor I've been hearing of the reason why that it's been cut off at 23, and here's the reason why. Apparently the series is not doing well financially in Japan. So they decided to just, how should I put this? They decided to just end it at 23 because it is just not doing too well. That's my guess anyways of what's going on here. Yeah. And of course, being put. Now, I heard about Megahorn a little while ago. I did not, because there's been so much stuff related to this show I've been hearing, and you're probably thinking, what's going on? Why? Because I'm guessing at this, that this show, Super Spaceship Infinity, is not only bombing financially, it's probably not doing well viewership-wise. And a lot of people have been begging Toei, can you release this internationally? And apparently, get this, so the reason why it's not released in Japan is because they wanted to see how it did in Japan first. I'm like, Zack's released internationally. It's been well received. It's a great show. And now it's wrapping up too. That has 9 episodes, I think. This has 3. So, and they did release a trailer for Omega Horn just recently. It's interesting for what it is. I heard a rumor that Infinity is going to become Omega Horn's assistant. I heard that, I'm like, why in the world would the main character of the first show of this new franchise becoming his successor's assistant? Doesn't make any sense. No, it doesn't. It's one of the most baffling things I've ever heard. I'm like, why? It makes no freaking sense at all. Also, another complaint I heard about this show is the lack of people. At least Zack has a reason why, because his dream world. This seems like, where are the people? That's another complaint I've heard about Infinity, is that the show, it's like, where are the people? Per se. That's another complaint I've heard about this. Now, the Gavans themselves, I think they've been well received from what I can tell. I have heard nothing bad about them at all. None of the actors get bad performances. It's the writing that's the problem. And also the fact that, they go after people with bad emotions instead of actual criminals. It's like, oh, I'm sad, and then Alicia's this. Like, the immigrant thing is fine. I don't think anybody has a problem with that. That was a because it's a gimmick. The gimmick is what hooked the show, and it's probably not appealing to people. And do I think that when the show wraps up, that Toei probably release it internationally on the YouTube channel? It's up to them. Yeah. Excuse me. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Particular video. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe to notifications. Well, I'm hoping this weekend, basically, I get a chance to do this on Sunday instead of doing this on Monday. Well, I did watch this last night. I did. But I didn't have time to view it. So, next up, Doctor Who. Okay, next view. Bye.